A new study is shedding light on a concerning medical issue many may be living with and not even know it. Nearly half of adults living with diabetes are undiagnosed. For more, let's bring in our CTV medical expert, Dr. Marla Shapiro. Dr. Marla, thanks as always for joining us. That's a frightening number.
Isn't it?
What is this study showing us? How are we?
So this was a global study looking at over 200 different countries and looking at the state of diabetes. Diabetes has become an epidemic as obesity has become an epidemic. We think about diabetes as type 1 and type 2. Type 2 is the vast majority linked to being overweight. And the study, in fact, showed that globally, 44% of those over the age of 15 who are living with diabetes don't know that they're diabetic. Again, that majority is type 2. About 1 in 9 adults worldwide have diabetes. That number itself is shocking. And people under 35 are less likely to be diagnosed, and that's not so surprising because often we don't screen or they're unaware of the symptoms. If you look at our numbers in Canada, just under 4 million, or almost 10% of our population has diabetes, and 6% are at risk for developing diabetes, but we call pre-diabetes. Their sugars are elevated, but not quite in the range to diagnose it. We've got undiagnosis as well between the ages of 20 to 79, and about 27% over 65 are the group that have diabetes. So certainly age is a risk factor, but certainly weight and lifestyle is a big risk factor.
What are the symptoms? How are people missing them? I thought they were fairly obvious, some of them.
Some of them are fairly obvious, but in the early stages, people don't have symptoms at all. They're totally unaware, or they may have increased thirst or hunger. They may have frequent urination and blurry vision or unexpected weight loss, fatigue. Those are pretty non-specific symptoms that don't really necessarily cry out, I need to see a physician, but those are some of the symptoms that you can look for.
And you want to try and catch this early, don't you?
You want to try and catch it early because what we're trying to prevent are what we call end-stage disease associated with diabetes. So that includes peripheral neuropathy, nerve damage, vision loss. One of the most common causes of blindness is diabetes, heart disease, kidney failure, risk for stroke. So these are complications that are very serious, and often people with diabetes will often have other comorbid conditions. So there are lots of things that you can do in your lifestyle. We say often that our diet is our destiny because in this case it's true. We want to limit the ultra-processed food. Earlier this week we talked about how ultra-processed food puts you at risk for diabetes, having more plant-based foods, more physical activity. But the fact that people are unaware of this and unaware of the type of long-term outcomes, particularly kidney and vision, once you get to that point, it's very difficult to turn back the clock. So this is something you want to be screened for. You want to know your family history. If you're having any of those symptoms or you're overweight, you want to make sure that you're actually getting in and getting a screen. It's as simple as a fasting blood test to see what your blood sugar is.
Okay. Dr. Marla, thanks as always for joining us.
See you next time.